High Street was miles better 40 years ago. It was a lot wider. There was a fountain at the bottom of it. There were some proper shops. You could get everything you needed in Invergordon without having to go anywhere else.
Mr. McGregor, who stays in 71 along the road there, he had a store, which is now farm foods. But it was only a wee store, and he spread it right out. He then sold it and moved to where the cooperative is today.
We had 3 supermarkets.
McGregor's the supermarket, Mrs. Ryan the supermarket.
And the co-op. We had a shoe shop called Clark's, Dalgarno's the Butchers, Gilbert Ross Ironmongers, Roddy Mackenzie Electrical, Mr. Fraser's Chemist, J.E. McDonald's Ladies and Menswear. There was at least 3 hairdressers.
They had Fru's the garage, and they had a hotel that got burnt down, which is now beside Nickel and Dime.
A boy died. His nylon shirt was stuck to him. And he kept on saying, I'm going to die. No, dear, you're not going to die. You're not going to die. He was actually dead before the ambulance came.
It was a very important Navy depot during the war.
And it was easy to defend because the only way in was through the suitors at Cromarty and Nig. They'd also put up submarine nets to stop the submarines coming in.
All the aircraft carriers and destroyers, and it's a huge flotilla of ships came in through the Firth, and we all got a day off school. That's why I remember it. And we sat up in the gun emplacements on Castle Craig Hill watching the whole fleet come through the suitors.
The shipment was on the shore road. Out the shipment window you could see the railway lines where the cottages used to go around to the Admiralty Pier. You could see the seaplanes landing and taking off.
They weren't the most reliable planes, the Catalinas and the Sunderland bombers, so there's quite a few crashed locally. The distillery itself had stopped producing whisky and converted the distillery into a mine making factory, like a big football, it's the bigger, and they'd be full of explosives, and obviously if the ship or the submarine hit the mine it would obviously blow up.
Tanks spread from Invergordon to South Lodge, right the way along. Over the years, they've slowly been taken down or removed.
There is also big oil storage tanks buried under the hill way up behind the town, which you can't see, but they are still there.
And there was one occasion where a German bomber flew over Invergordon and dropped its bomb.
The tanks, number 13, went on fire. The oil went all down the street. I think the saddest thing was the dust cart had Snowy, the horse, and I loved Snowy. There was a sergeant field here, and they were all digging this hole, and Snowy was laid in the hole. McPhail said to me, "Don't worry, dear, Snowy's only sleeping." It wasn't a long time after that. No, Snowy.
Well, my granny was in the Land Army, and she used to go and take the horse, a big horse, and put it in a cart, and they used to come down to Invergordon and she'd deliver the milk, because all the men were out at war, and all the women had to work and do jobs for a lot of the men used to do.
Queen was coming here the last time. Ma Ryan wanted, well, she did, got the tarmac right along, and we had Caithness slab, because my grandparents came here in 1916 and they took the slabs from Sutherland. So I said to this fellow, "You're not tarmacking my slabs." Invergordon was much, much better, might I tell you, when I was younger. We had the swimming pool, for one thing.
I wasn't allowed to use it because I couldn't swim. But when it closed down, I went and played in it when it was empty with my friends.
They used seawater for the swimming pool, and it was just a wee pool, and I can remember playing in it, and I remember a boy diving in and knocking his head off the concrete and cut himself.
Boys and girls used separate staircases, and there was a ruler sitting on a teacher's desk. If you stepped out of line, then you knew it.
It didn't matter. The thought of the strap kept you under control.
But what happened was they built the academy first. Everybody was still going to school where Park is. It was called Invergordon Primary. Obviously the town expanded greatly, so they decided to build the academy. It was opened in 1968. Then they opened South Lodge Primary, and everybody who was still in primary school went to South Lodge.
Well, after the Navy left Invergordon, there was a bit of a lull.
There was no oil rigs, there was no cruise liners, hardly any traffic coming in and out at all. So it was very quiet. It was lovely.
It was Magruder and Marshall. It was down Shore Road. It was knocked down and houses have been built, and also the Port Authority car park where the coal yard used to be.
In the 60s, the British Aluminium decided to build a new aluminium smelter.
The fields this side of the bridge, which is Saltburn, was owned in them days by M.K. Shands, an American firm. Clean pipes that you could practically swim through.
To service the smelter, it used to have a huge big conveyor belt that ran all the way up from the pier inside a tunnel, and that was where the raw material came in from all over the world, really, from Australia. The oil industry came. A lot of the people who started at the smelter went away. That then got the smelter to recruit people from down south, and at the time a lot of the coal mines in around Glasgow area were being closed down. So there was a lot of ex-mining people came up to the town.
Negative because people, out of work with the businesses closing down. But then positive because we've still got the cruise liners coming in, so we're getting tourists and, that's helping the town a little bit.
Yeah, way back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, into the 90s, Invergordon was Invergordon.